I'm back again with more journal prompts. And for this ones, I'm really excited because these ones are journal prompts to philosophize about, to ponder about, to think about. And I believe that there's a difference between thinking, pondering, and philosophizing. And I mean, they all come from thinking, thought, you think and you sort of distribute ideas in between, and you sort of get more order. And I think with philosophizing, it comes with that, with what the name has, philosophy. And that's thinking and really going through your thoughts of what's good and what's not, what's moral and what's not moral, and all those things that philosophy really brings afloat, and whether what is really happiness and love, and the things that come with it, of being human, and of being a human in love, of being a human and facing fear and facing grief and death and all that. And I think it's amazing. It's such a powerful tool for someone to have the ability to be able to, settle certain thoughts and certain beliefs of, I believe in this, and this is what it's for me, This is what I believe, and this is what love is for me. This is what peace feels to me. This is what I think about death, and this is what I feel about God and politics and blah 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 blah. It's such a great quality to have this strength of thought, of being so decisive of what you believe and what you don't, what it's, how things and how life looks for you, to you, because of your experiences and what you've been through and whatever you want to believe, you read, you saw, you whatever. It's up to you, I really, really like to make myself and other people random questions, because I believe that they're a great conversation starter. And then two, it's very interesting to really talk to people and know their opinions about certain things. And then I compare my answers with their answers. The difference between answers and why it is like that, Because certain experiences shape people differently. And I think also the way we view life, it's different for everyone. And for me, that's very interesting to find out about what my friend thinks about love and about friendship. And it's always a different answer for everyone I ask. I also don't want to seem very impertinent, so I don't ask that, or I don't ask like those kind of questions to people that are random to me, because that's a little bit like, come on, you don't go around with people asking them about, do you believe in God or something. It's like, no. To my friends, is judging and criticizing the same? What are the differences, and in which cases it's necessary to use them? Judging and criticizing, I think sometimes it's okay to judge. With judging, we create ideas. Maybe I see something and I judge it from afar. I don't say anything. I don't do anything, because doing that I will be stepping the line and I will be criticizing. Maybe I see a parent and the way they're raising their children, and I'm like, I wouldn't do that necessarily. Then I'm judging. I'm like, maybe I would change this, maybe I would change that. But crossing the line, it's actually telling them, like, I don't like how you do this, I don't like how you blah blah blah, or maybe saying it behind their backs. For me, that's what criticizing feels like. So think about that. How would the world find peace? To my perspective, what changes are required? Are friendships really platonic, or are relationships mirroring things we like to each other? Is it really that random? Friendships, are they really that random? Do we just click with people? Or is there something behind it that we don't really pay attention to? Is the meaning of life needed to be searched for, or is the meaning of life the one we give it ourselves? How can a person be deserving of hell or karma? What must they do outside the obvious that we all know? The obvious, that makes you a bad person. But outside of that, what are the things that people do that deserve hell? And I do this with hell and karma because whatever your beliefs are, apply it on the question. If you believe in hell, in heaven, good for you, do it with that. Is the concept of time linear? If not, what is it then? How is the idea of heaven related to politics? And I think that's a very interesting question. Um, some people say that religion and politics should not be mixed, but I think behind everything, there's a funny correlation. Does pain equals growth? Is violence a part of what it means to be human? I think that being human involves plenty of things, a plethora of things, but is violence one of them? What has taken us to that constant state of violence? How does love works and how the lack of it affects a person and the world? I think this is one is very good. You can get into a more psychological side of what happens when someone doesn't really receive the love that it needs, but also you can apply it and make it bigger. And how does this affect the entire world, Write about your perspective of death and how it's correlated with how you live your life. Are you scared of death? Dig into that feeling if you're feeling that. Besides your perspective of it, you can also write maybe an experience that happened that was a near-death experience. What did that experience bring afloat? What did you felt? What went through your head? What happened? Maybe, someone close to you died. What happened? How did you feel? How did that change your life? These are some questions that have come to me in like the most random situations, or questions that have just popped in my head out of nowhere in a car ride, or maybe walking alone, or I don't know, just observing something. So having these exercises of really discovering who you are, what you believe and what you think, how you think, it's very very important, I think. That's all I have for today. I hope you liked this journal prompts,